So Liam Halligan is here with us. Liam, I just can't get my head around this. We had Adam Brooks, pub landlord, a guest of GB News, friend of GB News, on the show that day saying this weekend's going to be great for business. We're packed out, we've got tables booked. What happened?
Well, hospitality has a great day on a bank holiday, but hospitality, even with titans like Adam Brooks involved in his pub empire down there in Essex, very nice too, it's only a tenth of the economy. So if everyone else is off work, then the economy suffers.
Right.
It's been a bit weird what's happening. Look, a lot of the world's going into recession. The Eurozone's in recession, of course. Germany, Europe's economic powerhouse, has contracted for 2 successive quarters now. That hasn't happened yet in the UK, though we're pretty close. Let's have a look at some numbers here, the scores on the doors, if you like. These are official ONS, Office for National Statistics numbers in March. GDP fell by quite a lot, 0.3% in April. Then we had some growth, 0.2%. And then in May, we powered back with a contraction of 0.1%. A lot of economists thought the drop in May would be bigger precisely because of that bank holiday. So overall, the ONS says there's no sign of growth over the last 3 months.
But we're not in recession yet.
We're not in recession. Recession is when you get 2 successive quarters, 2 successive 3-month periods of economic contraction. We've just had a flat quarter, so we're not in recession. Having said that, though, Andrew, I am concerned if the Bank of England keeps raising interest rates at the pace that it is. I think now they should stop raising interest rates. They've done enough, 13 interest rate rises. If they keep raising interest rates, I think they will drive the UK into recession, and that will really play on the minds of people who run businesses. Will they want to invest? Will they want to take more people on?
Didn't Jeremy Hunt effectively almost say a recession is the price?
It's the solution.
Well, to kill inflation.
Yeah.
Well, I think people in government say those kind of things because there's a balancing act going on. They want to convince financial markets they're serious about squeezing inflation. They're not going to stand in the way of the Bank of England. They're not going to unduly criticise the Bank of England, though, of course, a lot of people are criticising the Bank of England a lot in the shadows, if you like. So it is a balancing act. No politician wants to say outright, oh, we need a recession to solve inflation, because that sounds really heartless, because recession, there's 1,000 human tragedies behind every minor economic statistic, right? Families breaking up, businesses
But the economists who make these decisions don't think about the human cost.
Of course they don't.
They're thinking as a purely academic exercise to kill inflation.
They're calculating machines, as John Maynard Keynes once described us. But look, these do look like terrible numbers, but they're not nearly as bad as they could have been. I don't want to sort of over-egg this. This isn't a sign of the sunlit uplands are just emerging. I tell you what is interesting, though, the fact that we are stagnating, we have got flat growth. It makes Liz Truss look pretty good because, of course, yesterday she launched her Growth Commission.
And how did that go?
Well, she asked me, as a journalist who writes a lot about this stuff and obviously broadcasts, to chair the press conference yesterday. And what the Growth Commission is, it's a team of a dozen or so international economists, and pretty serious ones. There's a former head of the CBI economic unit there, a former senior Treasury official. She's got economists from the States, India, Japan, Latin America. It's quite a high-powered economic group. And what they're going to do is they are going to challenge the sort of forecasting consensus, the conventional wisdom that we have on economic forecasting from the likes of the Treasury, from the likes of the Office for Budget Responsibility. Because many economists think that they've been too gloomy, that they're anti-tax cuts, that they're anti-growth, that they just want the state to get bigger. So they always come up with gloomy predictions for where our fiscal policy might be going. And I think in that sense, Liz Truss is onto something. She has to tread carefully, because a lot of people are saying, as Pip asked me yesterday here, why should we listen to her? She crashed the economy.
She did.
That definitely is the narrative, though a lot of economists would say it wasn't entirely her fault. And borrowing costs now are higher.
I think her vision was right. Unfortunately, she doesn't have a great manner about her, does she?
Even though the grown-ups are in charge. Politics is about the art of the possible. It is very much a human science, and I think she has suffered, by her own admission, on the presentational skills. Be interesting to see, though, if this Growth Commission actually does anything serious, or if it's just a political flash in the pan.
If you're involved, Liam, I have every faith that it will be
reporting it.
An influential organisation. Right, still to come.